Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, back to Nazareth Speedway, this time for the NRSL Digital Storm Cup Series in what is the 22nd race of the 2020 season. We're gearing up for 57 laps of action as Jose Mills and Jonny Gardner grace the front row. Gardner coming up short 1 week ago at Indianapolis, finishing runner-up to Alexander Rowe. He's still looking for his first win of 2020. Will it come today for the two-time Cup champion? Row 3, we've got Nate Rogers and Zachary Fitzwater Sr., two other drivers yet to score a victory in 2020. They did well, very well, last season. Fitzwater's up to 10th in the point standings, as Nate Rogers now sits in the top 5 pretty comfortably. Row 3 is Samet Oskin and Dylan Young, two teammates who have won one race apiece this year. Alex Ferranti, Logan York in row 4, with Jesse Turner and Ryan Brommer in row 5. Just like the Truck Series, no prior races here for the Cup Series, so all we have to go off of is practice and happy hour results. Jessica Shelton, fastest in practice, will start 40th, and in a surprising fashion, sweeping happy hour for both series this weekend. Andrew Rich, fastest in happy hour for the Cup Series as well. He starts in 31st. Without further ado, let's get you to the point standings. With his win, Alexander Rowe is the 15th winner in the top 30, 17th overall, as Dylan Young and Wes McCoy are still outside the top 30. Rob Evans 29th. Jeff Toledo falling down to 25th. James Shelley down to 24th. Shelton up to 20th now. Matthew Logan up to 16th. As Andrew Rich holds 15th. Ace Rogers 13th. Quinton Moore 12th. Tyler Fink 11th. Seth Cole 9th. Zorlin 8th. McShane down to 6th. Rowe up to 4th. Oskin down to 3rd. And Alex Gray, your new points leader, 7 points over Nate Rogers, who is the top guy without a win. 7 top 5s, 9 top 10s. As the command has been given, will that first win of 2020 come today for the Red Bull 83 car? So 15 winners in the top 30, leaves only Nate getting in right now on points. Next man up on points is Austin Colano, and Colano is 60 points behind Nate in the point standings. Then Jonny Gardner is another 15 behind that. So right now, the only thing that could dethrone Nate is if Dylan Young or Wes McCoy gets into the top 30, or if somebody else in the top 30 wins a race. Now, there is one exception. The driver who finishes the regular season at the top of the point standings, if he does not have a win, he does make the playoffs. And he gets those 5 bonus points, so that is something Nate could pull off if he doesn't win here today. Now, in the Truck Series, we had cautions on. Here we don't. If they wreck, they'll keep racing. 57 laps, 4X tire compound, second week in a row. It's clear weather, but it's a hot 109 degrees. It's going to be slick today. And these drivers will surely need gallons of water when they're done racing. From what we saw of the truck race, being on the inside line is preferred. Lap 1 complete. Jose Mills won back at Boston last year as a rookie driver for Joe Gibbs Racing. That landed him back in the 18 car. Joe Gibbs, much like Hendrick, wants drivers who are going to perform. There's not a lot of Toyotas in this series. And Gibbs wants drivers who will win him races like Charles Jackson did. So Mills leads, Nate Rogers is second, Gardner is third. Now, in the truck race, we saw Carter Friesen fall down to outside the top 20 from starting in second. Gardner has managed to not do that. So Gardner will maintain a position in the top 5 for now, as he and Nate Rogers, 2 drivers, at the top of the standings without wins, including Zachary Fitzwater Sr., who sits 10th in the points standings. If you look at the top 5 guys without wins, it's Nate Rogers in second, Austin Colano 5th, Gardner 7th, Fitzwater 10th, and then Tyler Markle 14th in the points. Nico Tringali 17th in the points. Big man won 3 races last year, hasn't won yet this year. Sebastian Kugelon won a race last year. He hasn't won yet. He's 19th in the points. Mills, who leads right now, is 23rd. And then drivers who have won in past seasons have won in past seasons that haven't won this year. Charles Sanford, 26th in the points after a good running at Indianapolis. But right now, it looks like Mills has a pretty good control of this race. But don't look now, Nate Rogers, he's starting to inch his way towards the 18. Let's go through the rest of the top 10. Fitzwater sits in 4th, and Logan York for Junior Motorsports running in 5th. He got wrecked out yesterday, finished in last. He's currently outside the playoff grid for the Truck Series, now on points with 5 races left. York started this season off great. 1 top 5, 3 top 10s, and I believe the first 5 or 6 races. And after that, things went south. He's last in the point standings coming into the race today. And if the 2019 Jerky Pro Truck Series champion wants to prove he belongs in Cup, he'll have to get his act together. Running in 6th place is Samet Oskin. He was leading the points until Indianapolis. He now sits 3rd, 17 points behind Alex Gray. Ferranti in 7th, Jesse Turner 8th, Sakuli 9th, and Charles Sanford runs in 10th. Brommer 11th, Fink 12th, Williams 13th, Dylan Young, James Shelley. Cole Deaver passing teammate Kukulon for 16th place, as Peter Onjak will try to fly by for 17th. Keith Rich 19th, Andrew Rich in 20th. Adam Flickinger 21st. Last week's winner, Alexander Rowe 22nd, I mean. There's your points leader, Alex Gray, looking for 23rd. Ace Rogers, Tyler Markle, Quinton Moore, Carter Friesen. Special colors this weekend for the 21 of Austin Colano. Not a good showing so far for this rookie. Jessica Shelton, Seth Cole. That's the top 30. Nanico, Logan, McCoy, Tringali suffering back here. There's Kev Shearer, Jeff Toledo running poorly again. Toledo's got the most wins in the series. If he wants to stay in the top 30 and make the playoff with those 3 wins, he's got to do better than this. Priya McShane with 1 win on the year. Zorlin, they're at the back of the field. Rob Evans is in the danger zone coming into today. 29th in the points. And it looks like he's going to fall to last. But Jose Mills has started driving away from Nate Rogers. Gardner 3rd as the top 10. It's pretty much staying the same here. Much like the truck race, it appears that it will likely come down to strategy. So we're going to take a step aside, and we'll be back for the first round of Green Flag Pit Stops. We're back here at Nazareth on lap 15 of 57. So far, Jose Mills continues to dominate, now with a 1.59 second lead over the 83 of Nate Rogers. Logan York closing in on Fitzwater for 4th. As Sakuli has made his way up to 8th. Tyler Fink is on the charge. He's up to 9th. Fink won all the way back at Rockingham. He has not won again since. Jesse Turner has now fallen outside of the top 10. Sakuli all over the bumper of Alex Ferranti. And riding the bumper of the 48 is the driver of the number 11 Toyota. And he'll make a move into turn 3. Put Sakuli up to 7th place. Sakuli, we saw him drive strong at Pocono. Nazareth, a similar kind of track, an oval, but more of a roval. And each corner different, just like Pocono. Sakuli seemingly thriving off a track like this. 6.5 seconds behind his teammate, though, who leads the race. And now Ferranti will fall nearly out of the top 10. Jesse Turner potentially going to get back into the top 10 here. James Shelley has been moving his way towards the front. Same with Cole Deaver. As we're starting to see our comers and goers here at the end of this fuel run. As Logan York, I thought, was potentially looking to pit, but that is not the case. 18 laps down. It's definitely going to be a 2-stop affair, as Mills is not pulling away as much as he was before. Now, if they split these runs evenly, which it appears they are going to do, Mills is coming in, and Nate Rogers is right behind them. Gardner included, Fitzy, York. Does anybody stay out? Tyler Fink does. And it looks like pit road will get pretty congested, as right now the only car staying out on track is Tyler Fink. We'll have to wait and see if there are any other takers. So far, not seeing the pros to this strategy aside from taking less fuel on the second pit stop. Fink will come down to a busy pit road. On Jack, Deaver, Adam Flickinger, Tyler Markle, Seth Cole, Shelton, Tringali, Nanico, Jeff Toledo, and many others will come in. And it appears... Oh, LJ Toledo I thought was going to stay out, but he is also coming in. So we've got a pretty decent split here. And this is where things get tricky. Cars are coming in, cars are coming out. And Fink has made it to his pit stall. So now the question remains, was pitting first the right call, or was pitting second the right call? Logan York has made it past Jonny Gardner and I believe Zachary Fitzwater Sr. No, Fitzwater's actually made it past the 83 and the 98. So Mills back to the race lead, with Fitzwater now in second. Nate Rogers third, Logan York fourth, Gardner fifth, Oskin sixth, Sakuli seventh, Fink comes out in eighth. So no harm done for Fink. Sanford in ninth. Rounding out the top 10 is going to be Alex Ferranti, as Priya McShane no longer has a hood. So pit road shenanigans, as McShane, Zach Rogers, and Wes McCoy with issues. Ooh, and that's going to hurt Brommer as his teammate comes back out on track. That will cost him a position on Adam Flickinger. And that is a position for 15th. And now Brommer tried to fight it. And now Williams is there. Deaver 14th, Shelley 13th, Onjack 12th, Turner 11th. A good day for these Roush rookies. But the top 10 is seemingly set to go. So Fitzwater up to second place. And he is closing slowly on Jose Mills. 2/10 that lap. As Mills in the midst of some lap traffic, as the 97 of Zach Rogers has a damaged back bumper. Now this could be bad for Mills with the fresh rubber the 97 has. If the 97 were to get to the inside of Mills in turn 3, it could prove disastrous, and Fitzwater still closing in 0.2 a second that lap. Could Zachary Fitzwater Sr. be on to something? Jose Mills continuing the lead. Maybe Mills trying to save a little fuel. Another 0.2 for the 59. The 83 gaining maybe half a tenth there, but nothing really more than that. As Zach Rogers is not going anywhere. The tire wear kicks in. It could be bad for Jose Mills, because Fitzwater's coming 10th in the point standings coming into the race today. Could today be Zachary Fitzwater Sr.'s day at getting a win in 2020? It would be Fitzwater's 4th career victory. And he would tie Austin Alves' 8th all-time on the wins list. Lap 30, lap 29 now a 57. He's starting to stall out just a little bit. But Zach Rogers is closing in on Mills' back end. And next thing you know, Fitzwater could have a shot at this. Sekuli in 6th. Fink has made it up to 7th. Otherwise, the top 10 has seemingly stayed the same. Looking through the rest of the running order via the ticker. Jeff Toledo, 28th place, one of the main guys to watch. You don't want to see him fall outside of the top 30. He's guaranteed a berth as long as he stays in the top 30. And Fitzwater has stalled out 2.5 seconds behind Mills. No longer gaining time. He's evened out. Jonny Gardner has made his way up to 4th. York up to 3rd. Nate Rogers has now fallen down to 5th as someone was turned in turn 4. And who could it have been? Not really sure. Oh, it looks like it could have been Jesse Turner. He's got door damage. There's tread marks right there. No idea who it was. Did they go down pit road? Possibly Wes McCoy. I'm not really certain. That'll be something to go discover after the race is over. We're roughly 3 to 5 laps away from the second pit stop window. And the one thing Mills does not want to see is the 97 get to his inside. But it's going to happen here in turn 4. This will leave the only car between Mills and Fitzwater. Well, actually, no, there will be nobody between Mills and Fitzwater. Mills is trying to fight back. This is actually hurting him more. 0.3 there for Fitzy. And Zach will clear Mills into turn 3. And Mills will be stuck running the higher line. That's really going to help Fitzwater close in the gap. There he can see Mills now. A whole second goes away running that lane here at Nazareth. And now Mills has just got to hope that he chooses the correct strategy for pitting here. If Fitzwater were to pit a lap sooner, Mills would have to chase him down. As the lead is down to 0.8 of a second. If they pit on the same lap, Mills will want to make sure he's ahead of Fitzwater. We're on lap 36 of 57. They went 19 laps the first stint. They go 19 laps the second stint. They should be good to go. Fitzwater continues to close the distance. A tenth and a half that time by. Charles Sanford moving up to 8th over Samet Oskin. It's down to the 18 and the 59. Mills trying to get back into victory lane, prove his worth, make the playoffs. Fitzwater, driver for Evans Gardner Motorsports, trying to get them their third win of the season. Evans with a win back at Dega, Quinton Moore with a win back at Pig Stadium. And Mills and Fitzwater will pit together here on lap 38, the money stop, as Logan York will stay out. Jonny Gardner coming in behind his teammate Fitzwater. So York and Fink stay on the racetrack. And that is going to be a bonus point for the driver of the 95. And now he'll pit here on lap 39, coming to lap 40. Fink will follow right behind him. Wes McCoy several laps down, staying out for now. Seemingly nobody else is staying on the racetrack. And that appears to be the case. Everybody else will come to pit road. And Mills will come out leading, but Fitzwater is right there. Jose Mills, Zachary Fitzwater Sr., the provisional leaders, 1-2. As they come out next to Wes McCoy, who's on older tires. Ooh, Fitzwater's going to catch him in a bad spot. But the one thing that'll work here for Fitzwater is there are a lot of lap cars coming out in front of him. And Mills is going to get stuck on the top here in 3 and 4. Fitzwater will not. That's going to hurt Jose Mills. Anything he just gained on Fitzwater, he just lost it. 17 laps to go here at Nazareth. 35 cars on the lead lap. Jesse Turner has fallen down to 40th, likely fixing the damage from whatever incident occurred earlier in turn 4. We still have to figure out what that was once the race concludes. But Ace Rogers will go a lap down. Mills with a half a second lead over Fitzwater. Gardner 3rd, Sakuli 4th, Nate Rogers 5th, Fink 6th, Logan York plummets to 7th, Charles Sanford 8th, Alex Ferranti 9th, and Samet Oskin rounds out the top 10. Priya McShane making her final pit stop. Fitzwater now starting to lose ground as Carter Friesen is in his way. Did Mills and his team figure something out on that pit stop? We're down to 13 laps to go. And the gap is steady at 9/10 of a second. Can Jose Mills get his second career win here today at Nazareth? First win at the track it would be. Fitzwater just sitting behind Carter Friesen as the gap closes just that little bit. What would really help Mills right now would be if a lap car gets to the inside of Fitzwater. And William Flickinger is right there. William looking to the inside of Fitzy as the lead continues to close in. Now 0.8 of a second between Mills and Fitzwater, but time is running out. And if Fitzwater really needs a shot at this, he's going to need Friesen to catch Mills and bump Mills to the top. Nobody else really on fresh tires except maybe the 97. And William Flickinger will make a move to the inside of Fitzwater here at 10 to go. And that'll hurt Fitzy, but he'll clear William. No, William's going to get back to his inside. The race, the hope of winning this race, going away as William Flickinger passes Fitzwater and Ace Rogers is right behind them. The lead will increase back to 1.5 seconds, but Jose Mills has problems of his own as Carter Friesen has approached his back bumper. How they handle getting passed by lap traffic will decide probably who wins this race. It'll be 8 to go at the start-finish line. The lead now down back to 1.49 seconds as Fitzwater is trying to hold off Ace Rogers. And William Flickinger starting to close the gap 1/10 a lap. Nobody has retired from the race. There were pit road shenanigans. There was something else there that happened in turn 4 back earlier. We probably will not discover those pit road shenanigans, but we will definitely figure out what happened in turn 4. Mills is still trying to hold off Friesen. Fitzwater's starting to close the gap back. It's now down to 1.36 seconds as Ace is not catching the 59. Mills will have to do everything he can to hold off Friesen and William Flickinger, or Fitzwater can pounce. It's down nearly another 1/10. 6 to go for Jose Mills. Can he hold off these lap cars and in turn Fitzwater for his second career victory? Looking at the top 10, nothing's changed everywhere else. These guys have been in the top 10 all day. They've changed here and there, but that's about it. 5 to go at Nazareth for Jose Mills. And his lead has stabilized at 1.28 seconds. Friesen's all over his bumper, though. He's going to make a peek here to unlap himself. Friesen is going to get there. Mills will get tight there on that middle groove. That they just, no rubber grips right there. Friesen unlaps himself. And the lead is nearly cut in half. There's Fitzwater. If Fitzwater gets close enough to William Flickinger, that'll open the door. Here comes Flickinger now. In turn 2. Coming to turn 3, Mills on the defensive. William to his inside. Here comes Fitzwater with a move for the lead. 3 laps to go as Fitzwater leads at the line. Mills fighting back. On the high side, to the helicopter camera we go. Fitzwater, he's trying to make it work on the bottom, but the top is so strong in turns 2. Even down the back straightaway. But into turn 3, the bottom is known to have the grip, and Mills will lose not just the lead, but Ace Rogers will follow through as well. 2 to go for Fitzwater. Mills has led the whole race. But one thing to his advantage is Ace Rogers. He's right here now. Will Ace give Mills back the race lead? It's kind of sad that it's got to come down to lap traffic. Mills is going to look to move past Ace, but he can't quite get there. White flag in the air for Zachary Fitzwater Sr. The season started off tough. He was down outside the top 30 in points. Mills is going to look to pass Ace Rogers. That could be the wrong decision. That's going to allow Fitzy to pull away. It's over. Mills dominated the race. But with help from lap traffic, Zachary Fitzwater Sr. will score his 4th career win in the NRSL Digital Storm Cup Series. A heartbreaking loss for Jose Mills. Jonny Gardner will get 3rd, Sekuli 4th, Tyler Fink 5th. Nate Rogers 6th, continuing his consistency. That's 10 top 10s for the 83. Logan York 7th, first top 10 in a long time. Ferranti 8th, Sanford 9th, and Cement Oskin will round out your top 10. Oskin will also get his 10th top 10, so it'll be him and the 83 at the top on the top 10 list. Man, oh man, what a finish. James Shelley 11th, Seth Cole 14th, Andrew Rich 15th, Dylan Young 19th, Shelton 21st, Jeff Toledo 23rd, Alex Gray 26th, points leader coming in, possibly not any longer with Nate Rogers' good finish. Quinton Moore 28th, Evans 30th, Colano 31st, Sorlin 33rd, Ace Rogers 36th, Logan 37th, Rowe 38th, and Priya McShane 41st, your notables for today. So that'll do it for the race. Let's go find out what happened in turn 4. Wow, this is disappointing to look back at. Jesse Turner running in 11th place. Wes McCoy was 4 laps down on fresher tires, and McCoy just pushed the issue. And he just gets into Turner here. They go down into the grass, and Turner gets spun around out of 11th place. A good run gone bad for the rookie out of Roush. And doors it into the outside wall, trying to get it going. A difficult place to be in. And just all those positions lost. Gets it back going. Rowe went to avoid. And he actually got into the outside wall himself. He cost himself positions trying to be careful of hitting his teammate. So a tough break for Turner. Holy crap, what is Keith Rich doing here, though? That is dangerous. Oh, man, that could have been worse if Turner was a little farther back. Turner actually got in the outside wall again off of that corner. Wow. Well, that does it for me here at Nazareth. Congrats again to Fitzwater on the win. Controversial to say the least with lap traffic, but it happens. I'll see you guys next week at North Wilkesboro for some more short track racing action. We've got 5 races left in the Cup and the Truck Series before we decide the playoff grid. And both things are going to get very interesting. I'll see you all next week.